not just network marketing, but you're going to have these dips, and it's a journey. And that, when she looked at it that way, it's like, why are we surprised by it? We're not entitled to this perfect trajectory up. And I just thought that was really powerful. And just, again, how like so many people are saying like network marketing is where you want to be. And then on top of that, health and fitness is where you want to be. So I just think we are in the right place at the right time. We just have to stick it out, and we have to stay consistent. And I'd heard it before, but again, I'm always super inspired by it. It's 15% of women earn, a 6-figure income. And of that 15%, 80% of those women are in network marketing. Like, that's just, I've heard it before, but it continues to blow my mind every time I hear it. So this works. We just got to stay the course. And I think that's mostly, I kind of knew most of the teaching stuff, but I was just re-inspired that this does work, and I've seen it work. But even I've had my, you waver, you doubt. We all go through that, and you have dips and you have slow times, and it's scary. But it made me feel like, yes, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. So that was me. Anyone else? I'm just gonna go close my door.
I'll go. I found it interesting. I've been doing a lot of research on, where should you really put your husband? And obviously when you sign up, I knew you want to sign your husband up right away. But I found it interesting, the two different talks about signing a husband up on a strong leg and signing your husband up on your weak leg. And there are benefits to both of them. And I think sometimes I've had coaches who have been like, oh, well, my husband's on this leg, so I'm not going to build him, or my husband's on this leg, and so it doesn't make sense for me to put volume there. Or should I have my husband quit and wait 6 months and re-sign him up? And I think seeing those two videos, that's a really limited mindset, because either place you put your husband, there's amazing husband, significant other, family member, right? Whatever you do, that there's amazing potential for growth and for income there. So I liked seeing that. I like seeing how people really built beneath their husbands. I did not know about building inside legs until really, really late in my business. And so I'm really glad that was in there, and that it's not just talking about inside legs, but visually seeing how you do it, how you place people there. I think is a really good takeaway. So if you guys haven't looked at those videos or haven't signed a spouse or significant other up at the top of your, legs, do it. My husband's on my strong leg, and I was always under the impression, oh my gosh, you should have your husband on your weak leg. And I think that for me was a really short-term perspective, because now that my husband's on my strong leg, he has a ton of volume underneath him and just like thousands and thousands of dollars waiting for me to take advantage of that. So that was kind of one of my big takeaways.
Come on, don't be shy. I'm gonna call someone out.
I think for me, it was really similar, Holly, of just, that was one of the things I had a big question on. Dara, when we first talked, I asked her what was the one mistake that you made or the thing you would have done differently, and she said to sign her husband up. So as soon as I got one other coach, I was like, okay, now it's time to sign Mike up. And but I didn't realize about placing him or anything either. And I think that I'm likely to have legs that flip. It was just really cool. I thought in general, there were lots of scenarios. It seemed like there's so many different ways to successfully build the business that, that's really what I took away. It's like, it doesn't really matter. You can be really wise and really smart with what you have and build from there. And, so I think like you too, Dara, I just got energized. Just really that this can work. And seeing so many different people's stories, and that so many people run their business really differently, even philosophy-wise, mindset-wise. I love seeing how many believers are on this team, that, there's so many successful coaches who who have that in their background too. So anyway, I think I might be frozen, but
You're good now.
yeah. I just thought I got a ton out of it being a newer coach, and I feel like there's still so much to learn, and I feel like that was the absolute best way to learn. It was all in one place. Every single video I got a ton out of, so it wasn't like anything was wasted time. And I love the inspirational stories too, of just really hearing different people's stories. And like I said, how I could see now different people in my life who aren't just like me, but how this could work for them too by seeing how it worked for so many different people. So I thought it was great. I can't wait for the next one. And I'm ready to jump into that phase. And so I'm excited to hopefully not make too many mistakes, because I'll be learning so much like as I'm doing it next week. So
we'll still make a lot of mistakes, but just to go off of Lee, like, in my video, which by the way, we had like a group chat going to plan the whole thing. And I was like, I get the award for shortest video. If you can imagine, we had all agreed to go no longer than 15 minutes. And everyone except me was like 30 minutes or over. But anyways, I talked about how I actually didn't believe at first. And I just was really tiptoed into this business, and which was cool because a lot of people related to that, as opposed to like the Lindsays and Bonnies and Scotties and Miguels who were like all in all the way right away. But it was Brigida Linford and it was Scotty Hobbs. Like, I remember being on team calls just a few months into the business and hearing their stories, and like, no offense to them, but I was just like, okay, if they can do this, I can do this. And again, don't get me wrong, clearly they're extraordinary people, but like, I felt like I had so much more going for me than they did, to be honest. And I don't know if that's like egotistical, but it was just like, I had, and I was just like, God, if they can do this, I can do this. So it was hearing just the stories that inspired me to kind of, really pursue this. And again, for those of you who just aren't caught up, Lee alluded to what's next. Next, they're doing a Dynasty inviting surge. So I know inviting is a huge issue. It's not a huge issue, but it's one of the most important things for our business. And a lot of people are uncomfortable with it. And a lot of people don't know what it's supposed to look like. And they don't know where to find new people. So we're going to be covering all of that. I already forget the date, but I'm thinking it's like not starting this upcoming week, but the next, but maybe it is. I need to get in the loop, but just stay tuned. Look for the posts. We'll make sure you're there. Don't worry. So yeah, stay tuned for that. But back to the income surge. Who else had something to share? A favorite video or just a takeaway?
I can go. So I loved all the preachers, as Lindsay described them. I loved all the content. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't even know. This is so much, but it was really great to hear that. But the preachers, they just really they got me going. And I was like, wow, just the stories I've never heard Lindsay Stay's story. And so that one was really inspiring. And even though I've heard Lindsay Matway's story, every time she tells it, it's just I get something else out of it. And Jessica, oh my gosh, I was like, she is preaching to me right now. And the faith aspect for me as a believer, I was like, wow, that actually really inspired me to hear. So many themes of faith running through and your purpose and your intention, because I don't think that, especially in my life, my parents are kind of yeah, okay, beach body, haha. So when are you going to get a real job? And I'm like, well, actually, I'm quite happy right now. And I'm planning to actually work less in these other jobs. And they're just you're crazy. So it's kind of hard to articulate to them, no, this is real. And I want it to get bigger and bigger. And so it's just really good to hear all of those, the stories and the inspirations, and yeah, so just trying to figure out how to put it all together now. But also even Dara, your story too, how you said you didn't believe at first, that really resonated with me, because I didn't necessarily not believe, but I sort of was well, I know Holly, but she's like really great. And maybe I just can't do that, you know? And then I was like, well, it's starting to pick up now. Like hitting Success Club 10 twice when I like couldn't even get like one person to sign up for a couple months. I'm like, is this real? Like somebody might need to pinch me. So I'm really starting to believe that like I can actually do it. So not that I lacked belief in the business, because I totally see all you guys doing it, but I didn't necessarily think that meant me and I could do it. So I just feel really inspired and, you know, wanting to do a lot more to be more successful. So that's my takeaway.
I'm so glad. Anyone else? And it's okay if you didn't watch all the videos. I didn't watch all the videos yet. So just if you watched one or whatever, don't, or if you didn't watch any of the videos and you have some questions about income and how to earn, you know, please don't feel like you don't have anything to add or to say.
Just jumping off what Courtney said, the potential is there for, you know, if you believe in yourself, right, the potential is there, and the potential there is there financially. And I just think that's so important and such a good takeaway in the preacher type videos. I think I've only been coaching a little over 2 years, which is like nothing. And yet I have the, you know, new coaches who join, and like Courtney says, are like, and same thing with Dara, right? You're like, Dara's team, like, oh my gosh, like, can I ever do that? Can I get there? And, you know, the answer is, I mean, most definitely yes. Dara and I do not do anything exceptional. And I think, you know, Courtney, who is now hit Success Club 10 2 months in a row, I think it's okay. You don't need to do anything exceptional, right? All you need to do is focus on hitting those goals. And so once you start seeing, okay, I've hit Success Club 10 2 months in a row, and now Courtney's having people who are seriously thinking about coaching, right? And that's kind of all it is. You know, and I just financially, you know, it is hit Success Club 10 and then find those coaches, you know, find the people who will believe with you, find your tribe, because, you know, that's, yes, you should be hitting Success Club, you should be making sales, but like they talked about in there, your real income is going to come from that residual income, from building your team. And for me, that's where like the really fun part is. It's like talking to your coaches and finding your people. So, you know, don't make it harder than it needs to be. Don't let anyone else's success intimidate you, because no one's doing anything exceptional except, well, I'm not, and Dara's not, right? We're just posting on social media, hitting Success Club, and then finding our people. I think Lindsay Stay said that in her video. I loved that. She had mentioned that she kept asking Lindsay, like, why am I just like not getting there? Like, why can't I find the good business building coaches? And, you know, or why are these people just like starting and then quitting on me? Which I know is so frustrating. You put so much time in these coaches you think are going to be these great business builders, and then they just disappear. And all Lindsay said to her was, well, you haven't found your people yet. And it's so true. You just haven't found your people. Right? And that's so frustrating and so hard to hear, because you want so badly for other people to see the same vision that you're seeing. But that's been another big takeaway for me, is just let it go. If they want to work the business, you know, I know my team, Dara's team, we are providing every tool anyone could ever need to be successful, right? And so you're providing all those tools to your coaches, and if they're not going to do it, they're not going to do it, and they're not your people. And that's so hard to hear and so frustrating, even for me too. I mean, I've put countless hours in people, and I've tried to pull them into this, and it's just not going to work. And so I loved that from Lindsay Stay. You just haven't found your people yet. You just haven't found your people. But once you do, it's transformative for your business, and you will find your people. You will attract your people. So that was
if you're posting, if you're sharing your journey and talking about what you're doing. And And just on that, like, I think, again, you may look at me and Holly and think we were the ones who went diamond in a week and, but we weren't. I mean, I even actually remember when I recruited Holly, I mean, I obviously saw something in her, but like, I think it took her at least, I don't know, I want to say 2 to 3 months to go emerald. And I remember being honestly a little surprised because she just seemed like, I don't know, like it would happen quicker. And it took her 2 to 3 months to even go emerald. And then, it was like 8 months for diamond, 7, 8. And I was 7 months for diamond. And I still know some of you are like, okay, well, I've been in this 7 months and I'm not diamond yet. That's not the point. The point is, some of those coaches on that call, like Lindsay Matway literally went diamond in 8 days. I'm sure Miguel did it fast. Jessica Pasola did it super fast. Bonnie did it in 3 months. Like, Holly and I just didn't start that way. It did take us a little bit of time to find our people. It may take you guys even longer, but you have to believe that you will, and you have to stay consistent in your behaviors to find those people that want this the same way you do. And then, if I'm being honest, like I found those people and then they were with me, and now some of those people have found something else, and that's okay too. I have to still trust the process, and that was part of my income dip. I lost some pretty powerful coaches, that had been contributing a lot to our team, and then nothing bad happened. They didn't stop believing in Beachbody. They just felt called elsewhere, and I'm not going to get in the way of that, So again, but just stay consistent, and you do have to believe you are going to find your people. I loved that Lindsay Stay said that too, Holly. Thank you for bringing that up. Anyone else have any takeaways or questions about what we're discussing?
Hi, this is Diana.
Hey, Diana.
Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay, I called in through the teleconference because I couldn't do the Skype. I know I talked with Holly about this before, and my question is this elusive diamond that I'm not getting, and I know I have work to do on myself on the back end because I do have a full-time job and I haven't put daily, effort into, finding my people. But it does get kind of disheartening when you have like a decent number of coaches, but obviously they're like discount coaches. And I guess I've just kind of been toying in my mind back and forth because I do have one coach under me that I control that account, and there's a potential, and that's on my weak leg. But there's the potential that I could open up one on my strong leg. And I was wondering, would it benefit me to just be Ruby as far as like when it comes to team cycle bonuses more? I mean, this is part, I'm sure I could go in and try to research a little bit more about this, but I'm wondering, should I go that route first instead of kind of focusing on trying to get diamond or finding those business builders myself, instead of just kind of flooding the lines with these discount coaches when I could maybe potentially be a strong Ruby and kind of just work my way slowly for diamond? Does that make sense? Did my question come across okay?
I think so. And I'm going to let Holly answer too, because I just think there's a few sides to the coin. First of all, Ruby, you're earning more for your cycle bonuses. So yeah, get to Ruby. I mean, I think that's what else I'm really focusing on with my coaches is like, I want you to hit Success Club. I want you to rank advanced, but I want you to earn money doing this. I do. Because I know for a lot of you, this needs to work, or, that extra money is really helpful. So yes, if you can get to Ruby, get to Ruby. And then behind Ruby, Diamond's right there. So I think there's just, you can absolutely get to Diamond. Like you can manufacture Diamond any way you want. And in some ways, I think that's, and I'm speaking to like everyone now, but like, I think that's powerful. I think it, just that shout out on Facebook gives you some credibility. I think it even gives you confidence, even though it wasn't built with all these business builders. I just think it gives you confidence in your business. You are earning those $18 team bonus cycles. So that is one way to build, is just, get those accounts, 2 accounts you can control, get those discount coaches in your diamond. And I think there's a lot to be said for that. You just have to be prepared that it's not the most solid business, that it, you know, and people
Right.
fall out, and that's okay. You just have to be prepared for that, and you can't then be discouraged when you drop, you know. But I think
Mm-hmm.
that for building to diamond, or first for you, Ruby, Diana, then getting to diamond, and you know, doing whatever you need to do to hold that diamond while you find those business builders, you know, that are going to help you be a solid diamond. So that's kind of, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Were you finished?
No.
I'm sorry.
No, I was finished.
So I guess because I guess my overall question was like, is it beneficial, like you said, to manufacture it if, like, let's say the 2 coaching accounts I'm keeping active, right? One of them, there's no monthly coach. If I open up the other one on my strong leg, I will be responsible for that coaching fee and then keeping the 50 PV. So currently on the weak leg, I keep it active with 50 PV, which that could be a supplement, whatever. Then I have the coaching fee and the 50 PV on the other side. My one coach that I already have under me, I already have another discount coach under him.
Mm-hmm.
I have one more, and that side will go emerald. Been sitting on it for a long time because I've been waiting for maybe a coach on my strong leg to become emerald or try to sign up to people, and literally it's just like I'm trying to talk to the same group of people on that side and nothing's happening. Like, hey, sign up so and so, and nothing is happening. And I think that's why in my mind I'm like, should I just control it? I mean, I'm pretty good about things like that. I feel like that's the only way to go right now because I truly haven't found my people in 2 years now. And that's kind of how I think I'd be able to manufacture Ruby and then go from there. Like these coaches that, you know, people that want to be discount coaches, if I have enough kind of on each side, I can start placing them under, you know, the accounts that I need to get it to diamond.
Right. Yeah. You know, financially, you'll just have to weigh that with the coach fee and keeping someone active. You know, you'll have to figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, Diana, let's talk about this more. You're cutting out a little bit. So message me.
Okay.
Let's talk this through, though. I want to help you figure that out and figure out what's going to be best for you, your business, and everyone. So, but that's a great question. Holly, do you have anything to add, though, on the, like, you know, the different ways to build the diamond, essentially?
Right. So I would just add that the 50 PV to keep someone active doesn't need to come from you. So if you have someone who, and this is what I tell all my coaches, sign your husband up, pay the $15 a month fee, hit Success Club 5 yourself, and then have someone sign up with a challenge pack or Shakeology under your husband. And they will then have that 90 PV or whatever it is for the challenge pack, but 90 PV Shakeology order, not a discount coach, right? It has to be personal volume. So it has to be a customer drinking Shakeology under that account.
Mm-hmm.
Will then keep that person active.
Mm-hmm.
So the PV can come from a customer. It doesn't have to come from you. So you would be paying $15 a month, but I think the $15 a month is worth it. Okay.
Okay.
I also will say, so as you continue to grow your business, you know, I waited forever to grow my husband to diamond. And I will say he is kind of what we're talking about, a totally like manufactured diamond. Also, for those of you who see, it's like 85 degrees here, so my child is not freezing to death, half naked. But he's totally manufactured diamond, and I needed him to go diamond within 2 weeks because I needed it for 5-star, and I made it happen. I signed up. My sister and my mom are underneath him, and then I did it all through discount coaches. And he has dropped diamond. He should go back this week because I've got more discount coaches underneath him. So, you know, I know that, yeah, he's a manufactured diamond, but his cycle bonuses are more. And so if I'm paying the $15 for him to be a coach, then I might as well figure out how to get him the most bonuses. And for you, I agree with what Dara said, you know, in terms of your business and people seeing you as a coach, like having that announcement, like, hey, I'm a Ruby coach, or hey, I'm now a diamond coach. It, you know, it does mean something. So, I mean, I know the frustration with feeling like you're stuck somewhere and wanting to control something. I think that's the hardest part of this business for those of us who like are so driven and want to control things. So, yeah, talk to Dara about it more in depth, like look at financially and exactly where you have coaches and what it would cost you. But if you have, $15 a month and you can sign customers up underneath that, so you don't need to worry about the volume part of it, I'd say do it and just regain a little more control of your business.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Awesome.
Dara, do you ever, or Holly and Dara, I guess both, do you ever have a hard time keeping track of your spouse's business? I mean, I try to make sure I put them in and remind, but for some reason, sometimes I just.
Yeah, I mean.
Sometimes it's hard enough to remember to go in and check it's hard enough to remember to do all the things that I need to do for me and my coach online office, and then to remember, oh crap, I forgot to log into his and check his and see what's going on.
Yeah, so the main way I manage his, I just do it through my genealogy or the sponsorship drill down. So I just check it that way. And that way, at least I know like, okay, these coaches are going to go inactive or whatever. So I do mine all through my sponsorship drill down. And then, yeah, if I need to like change a leg or something, I sign into his account, but I sign into his account very rarely. And of course it doesn't work for just like customers. But I normally am only putting discount coaches underneath him. I'm not normally putting customers underneath him. So, but yeah, it does get to be a lot.
Yeah.
This isn't from the income search, but Holly, I watched one of your videos recently, and I don't even remember when it was from. I was clicking through. I just, you get on a train of just learning. And you had mentioned that you signed up most of your customers who were going to buy a challenge pack. You have them sign up as discount coaches to save the extra, and that it's like a discount program. But are you still doing that now that the Beachbody On Demand and that discount kind of negates the discount code? How are you handling that?
Yeah, I am. I'm using the exact same script that I was using before. No one is real. I mean, it sounds bad. Like no one's really paying attention to getting the 10% with all access. So unless they automatically sign up for all access, and then you go back and you're like, hey, sign up for the discount, like, and they've already gotten a month of Shakeology or something, like it sounds bad. They don't even know they have like the 10% off. So I just say same thing. Hey, do you want to sign up for the discount program? You get 25% off all your future orders, blah, blah, blah. So that is, I still do it. Even though it doesn't really, I mean, it saves them like an extra $3 or something, right? So it's not much.
And do you have any of those people that then become actual like working coaches? Since they've already like taken that leap of signing up?
I do, but I will say it's not a ton. I don't think it makes a difference if they sign up as a discount coach or a customer if they then go to work the business, because they truly just see it as like a discount program. They don't see it as anything like, okay, well, I've kind of already signed up. Maybe I should like dip my toes in. And the one thing I did kind of worry about was if you sign them up as a discount coach, then they can't qualify for success starters, right? Because their month one is come and gone. I think I've had one coach, Whitney, who she just hit Success Club 10, like her first week working the business, but she's been a discount coach with me for months, like 6-9 months. And so she's probably the only coach in 2.5 years that when she decided to start working the business, actually went ahead and hit Success Club her first month, and it'll kind of affect her. So for me, my plan with her is if she hits Success Club her first 3 months, I'm just going to buy her a ticket to Summit kind of as her reward. But that's obviously pretty rare that's one person out of, probably over 100 discount coaches signed up.
Awesome. Would you share the script? And I think you said you had a graphic like that you just broke down the financial, like why it makes sense for them to do that with our group.
Yep. I will share that. Definitely.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yep.
Also, Lee, like when I don't do this enough and I just feel like our team page got really big, but for some of you just starting, start your own team pages, and you can, if you're comfortable, add those discount coaches to that team page, because then that helps them realize, oh, like there's something here. And obviously depending on what you're posting, but a lot of coaches will say, like, I always add my discount coaches to my team page, because then they see what's going on, and it actually like gets their curiosity, and they're like, oh, like you can earn money doing this, you know, and you're kind of like, without forcing it on them, you're just giving them glimpses into what coaching is. So again, I don't do that as much. I wish I would have started doing that. And now I just feel like our team page is really big and it would maybe be overwhelming. But for some of you with smaller teams, like, you know, to start, or newer coaches, I think that would be a great way to potentially convert discount coaches, because a lot of coaches say that happens a lot to them. So
and that's when I heard that of Holly's, because I'm just starting my team, and it feels funny to be like, hey, join me, you're my team, like you're the only person. And so even just having those discount coaches in there to make it actually feel like there is a team to join,
exactly,
seemed like a good idea.
Exactly. So any other questions, comments? Jesse, I know you enjoyed the surge. I know you're momming over there. I get it.
Yeah, if you guys have individual questions, right, feel free to reach out to me and Dara to kind of go over your downlines, you know, and plans, and, you know, kind of like Diane was asking, you know, what makes sense in terms of spouse accounts and all of that financially, because that's what we're here for.
And for the record, and Jesse, then I'm going to let you talk since you unmuted yourself. The fact that you can even like sign up your spouse and run an account through them, which you like, just, we are allowed to run their accounts, but they have to know about it. You know, it can't be like, make sure that's like, it is legal to like, you know, you can even have the consent that you run their account, but they have to like know their coach. They have to somewhat know what's going on. So just make sure when you do that. Anyways, that is so rare that you can do that though in network marketing, guys. So for
the other part of that is make sure, so I know I mentioned that I like have my mom and have my sister and I have my husband, like I have all these people signed up. You can only have your credit card attached to your account, a spouse account, and like a parent or child account, right? And it can only be you plus 2 others. So like my sister's account, when I say she's Emerald, that's her account, that's her credit card. That's, you know, so, and I have David and my mom, so that's me plus my 2. So just for compliance reasons.
Holly,
yeah,
it's only your immediate family. Your mom doesn't count.
I think compliance contacted me and told me she counted.
I called. Remember, Dara? I called them, and they told me
sister.
your immediate family. I guess she is your immediate family.
Yeah, your mom's still your immediate family, but I thought your sis, like you couldn't do your sister.
Not my sister.
Right, not siblings, but your mom definitely counts, because they literally contacted me, like sent me an email very recently, and they were like, hey, you're linked to these 2 accounts. They need to be your husband, parent, or child. And if they're not, you're at, you know, like, because I risk like bonuses and that kind of stuff. And so when I told them who they were, I said my mother and husband. Yeah, they were okay with it. So mom is good, sister's not.
Okay. Yeah, no siblings.
Yeah.
Child, spouse. Thank you. Jesse?
Holly, did you have to provide like verification that he was your husband?
No. They sent me a scary email, and then I was like, oh yeah, that's my mom and my husband. They're like, okay.
Okay. I mean, Randy pretty much is at this point, since he's dragged me thousands of miles away from home, but it is what it is.
Yeah. No, I think, they ask you and then send a scary email, and I think it's kind of just to scare you. So if they do need, you know, further information, that you're prepared, but they didn't ask for anything more.
Jesse, did you have something to say?
Nothing in particular. I thought the entire surge was good. I'm still a few videos behind, to be honest with you. But everyone I watch, it becomes my new favorite. You know, with every video, I'm like, oh, I love them. So yeah, I thought everyone was great. And I feel like, honestly, I could go back and watch these 3 more times and get something new out of each video. And I still have questions about placement. I feel like maybe it's my blonde. I don't know. But there are times whenever, you know, I don't know whether to start building my husband's inside leg or start building him in rank, you know, and I know, Dara, I've talked to you about this a little bit. Anyways, but that's kind of where I'm at, you know, after I've hit Success Club for the month, then where do I start building next? So, you know, it's just, I think it's just a learning experience as you go.
I'm gonna give my general thoughts on that. Like, okay, so unless you're already on a Success Club 10 streak, I do not want to get in your way of that. Otherwise, hit Success Club 5 and start putting orders under your husband's account. Start putting any further Success Club point, retail, anything under your husband's account and build that volume. $14, $28 looks really small, but it does add up. And I even remember when I was earning those cycle bonuses, I was like, wow, like it's only $14, but like that's just residual income. Just that thought of residual income was just so cool to me. So unless you're on a Success Club 10 streak, hit Success Club 5 and start putting customer orders under your husband.
Okay.
If you're shooting for diamonds, I would do at least 5 active coaches on each of your legs, maybe even 6, but we'll say 5 because let's get to diamond, and then start signing discount coaches up under your husband's account. So not just under his legs, like not your personally sponsored coach, but under his leg. Sign discount coaches as your spouse's personally sponsored coaches to build them to emerald so that you have that either the emerald you need to be diamond or an extra emerald.
Okay.
Then from there, after you're a solid diamond, then we can talk about where you're going to be placing these coaches under, you know, Reed's inside leg or your spouse's inside legs to start getting that weak leg volume built up. But that's kind of my take on it after the surge. Yeah. And that's what I'll just be more specific than that, you know, more specific in the future with all of my coaches, and just so that, you know, there is a solid plan of action.
Yeah. And Holly, I'm glad you mentioned your mom, that you can have your account linked to your mom, because I have my husband on one side and my mom on one side. So if I needed to manipulate either side, either leg, I have that possibility. So that's good to know, because I didn't think my mom would count for me to have my account linked to her name.
Yeah, you can be like paying for her Shakeology and business fees and stuff every month.
That is good to know. Okay.
It's nice to have that control on both sides. I mean, then you should never, once you hit diamond, like you should really never drop. It's totally in your control.
Well, that's kind of what I'm now figuring out. A little late to the game, I guess.
No, that's awesome.
Anything else? If not, we can wrap it up. Thank you guys for being on. It's always fun to see your faces.
Yeah, thank you guys. And yeah, hopefully it was helpful and those videos are helpful, and let us know what we can do for you.
Yep.
All right.
You know, message Mel, did you have something to say, or are you waving by? You're muted.
I said I missed the whole call. My kids were a nightmare, so I'm not going to make you rehash it. I'll just watch it and ask questions after.
It was, I don't think we recorded, but we just shared takeaways.
It's recorded.
Oh, it is. There it is. Yeah, we just shared takeaways and stuff. So, have you've been watching the income videos?
Yeah, I watched them all.
Yeah. Oh, well, there you go.
I was very busy last week.
You must have been. That was a lot of videos.
I was up till very late every night.
Well, message me your questions about them.
I think that we already talked about it.
Okay, good.
Just that it's pointless to be anything but a diamond. So.
I mean, your words, not mine, for the record.
And then find your 2 diamonds, because then you're really going to start making money when you become 2-star.
I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Good.
Awesome.
Good.
Filling that list. I think I printed it off today. So.
You're ready to go then.
I'm ready.
Sam's excited for you as well. So
thanks, Sam. He's very cute.
Guys, thanks for being on. Truly, I know, you know, we're busy people. So thanks for dedicating time. We love y'all. Message your questions.
Bye, guys.
Bye.